The text messaging part of Grower's Edge is very handy because every day I'll receive a text that shows me where the best local market is.
That's what I like about Grower's Edge too. It gives me the information I want on my smartphone so that if I'm not in the office, I still get the information that I need.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills. This is Logan Burgess. Today here is the 14th and we had the market continuing to rally here with corn trading up 11 cents, soybeans up 18 3/4, and Chicago wheat here up 3 3/4 cents. Logan, when you look at the charts here, obviously very strong days here for corn and for soybeans. When you look at this chart, this is the December 2014 corn chart. This is a daily chart. One bar representing 1 day worth of price activity. You can see here we finally moved up over the 50-day moving average. And what I'm wondering here is how high can you go? I mean, these are obviously very positive technical indicators. Why are we rallying and how high can we go?
Well, you know, it really has classic symbols here, or classic indications of a short covering rally right now. And these are very hard to predict in how high they're going to move just because they're emotionally driven. You can see on the chart here that just really within the last week or so of trade action, we've encompassed all of the sales that we saw during September. So now anybody that's in a short position has to make a difficult decision if they're going to ride out that short or they're going to buy back on the board. It seems like we had a lot of people today getting bumped out of positions, and that only seemed to add to the buying pressure or buying veracity that we saw in today's trade. The next question is, how high can this thing go? And if you see here on the chart, technically the trend has changed. We're now above the 50-day moving average, which is the orange line, and that dashed line is the trend line that this market has really been trading since about May. The first stop here, I guess, would be the yellow horizontal line. That was some lows that we had back in August. And then the next area would be around 380 if this market continues to move higher. My opinion is that when looking at corn, fundamentally the story has not changed. So if you are unpriced, use this as a pricing opportunity. When we have a good move like this and the fundamentals don't really point to large demand side increases, very short production side surprises, I guess you got to take it as a pricing opportunity. That's what I'd be doing if it was my bushels.
Absolutely. Well, that's. I would agree to what you're saying here. I mean, the point that you're making is that this thing could move higher. And when you look at soybeans, I think there is the opportunity to move up to even 994. Obviously, that 50-day moving average is a critical price level. But not only that, but it corresponds well with some previous lows in earlier September. So we're going to want to keep an eye on that. But you know, when you look at soybeans, fundamentally, and these short covering rallies, fundamentally, people will continue to say, well, we had an increase in yield. We have all this supply on hand. But these short covering rallies aren't necessarily technical, or excuse me, they're not necessarily fundamental. They're, like you said, emotional and very difficult to tell. But Logan, we did have crop progress out today. What did we see there?
Yeah, we got those after the bell here today, and typically we get those on Monday. Those were delayed a day due to Columbus Day, and you can see here that in terms of conditions, things still look very good. 74% of corn rated good to excellent. 73% of soybeans rated good to excellent, unchanged from last week. If you take a look at the harvest pace here, relatively short for corn, just 24% harvested. Soybean picking up some good ground there, 40% harvested on the week. We've been talking to a lot of producers here at the office who have been unable to get out in the fields yesterday and today. So in next week's report, I would expect to continue to see kind of this sluggish pace as a lot of producers have been rained out, but that's obviously something that the trade is going to continue to look to. This is one story, this harvest delay, that some people have been looking at as a bullish factor, and it's going to be interesting to see how progress continues here throughout the fall. That's something that I don't feel is going to be a long-term supportive story for the grains here, just looking at that harvested pace.
Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give the office a call. It's 877-472-4607. Remember, if you're out in the fields, in the harvester, in the combine there, go ahead, take a demo of the mobile trading platform. You can view these live quotes. Obviously, you know, in one day we can change a significant amount. So having access to those live quotes, very critical. You can go to grainhedge.com, go to the free trial on the top, and then you can put your name and information in there, and we'll help you make sure you feel comfortable on that platform. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you here Wednesday.